The laughter came first. It echoed through the emptiness with a strange, almost childish delight. Then the rainbow-colored cocoon surrounding Ivaragé, the destruction dragon, began to tremble. Something was changing inside. The cocoon tightened around her formless spiritual body as an immense concentration of energy folded inward. Ivaragé had once possessed no fixed shape, no will with which to choose one. As a spiritual life form, she could have changed her appearance and size freely, but without consciousness, there had been no reason to do so. Energy had simply accumulated, making her larger and larger until she became something vast, sinister, and impossible to look upon without fear. Now, everything reversed. The enormous mass contracted, smaller, denser, more terrible. When the transformation finally settled, Ivaragé was no longer an immense presence stretching through the void. She had become the size of a human child. Yet the smaller body carried a presence that made the surrounding emptiness feel impossibly fragile. Fragments of the rainbow cocoon clung to her body like remnants of a strange birth. Between them, skin emerged, pure white, smooth and almost impossibly fresh. Her hair was the same pale color, soft and full like a dandelion, but it seemed to swallow the light around it rather than reflect it. Cherry-colored lips curved across her small face. They looked cute until they twisted. Her golden eyes opened. For the first time, there was intelligence inside them, and hatred. The emotion entered her like a spark finding an ocean of fuel. Ivaragé understood. She remembered. She had been cast out. The realization carried no hesitation, only a growing ache that had no name until now. Lonely, frustrating, unforgivable. Once, she had been complete, a perfect, flawless all-one. There had been no emptiness inside her because there had been no mind capable of recognizing emptiness. No intellect had questioned anything. No emotion had demanded anything. There had been no anxiety, dissatisfaction, or boredom. There had simply been existence. Then, half of her had disappeared. The dreamlike sensation of omnipotence had vanished with it, leaving behind an uncertain reality she could not understand. Before gaining intellect, Ivaragé had possessed no means of resenting that loss. Yet something had remained beneath thought, a sensation that appeared and vanished without explanation. Loneliness. Now she understood it, and understanding gave the feeling a direction. She had lost something. Therefore, she would take it back. If the entire world had to disappear beneath her hunger for that purpose, then so be it. Veldanava had created this world. Ivaragé would destroy it. That was the answer her hatred provided. Her golden eyes settled upon the gate before her. Beyond it lay another realm, the heavenly star palace. Beyond that, an unknown world. And there were many worlds created by Veldanava. One after another, she would crush them. One after another, she would swallow them. Perhaps, after everything had been consumed, the emptiness inside her would finally disappear. A delighted smile touched her lips. Something answered. The void stirred. Beasts galloped through nothingness. Birds moved through dimensions. Fish swam between the stars, their movements silent against the impossible vastness. 3 creatures emerged as the kings of the flock. They were the servants who loved Ivaragé as their mother, rulers of the Cryptids whose individual talents could rival even the former king of the insect demons, Xeranis. Ivaragé's evolution had touched them as well. The violence they had always possessed was no longer restrained by instinct alone. They had gained a sense of self, and that made them far more dangerous. Ivaragé looked upon them with fascination. "Kia, my adorable servants. This is what cuteness feels like." The happiness in her voice was genuine. It was the first joy she had ever experienced. She wanted to share it. Well, that's it. I'll give you all names. Mommy'll give you wonderful, wonderful names." A name. She had never understood the significance of such a thing before. Now she did. A name was a gift, and because joy had only just entered her existence, she gave that gift with innocent enthusiasm. "Let's see, you're Kakeashi." Her golden gaze shifted toward the beast sprinting through the void. Kakeashi accepted the name. With it came something else. The malevolent intent dwelling inside Ivaragé flowed into her servant. Then came the others. The bird that flew between dimensions became Habataki, inheriting Ivaragé's resentment. The fish that moved between the stars became Swim, inheriting her hatred. The names sounded almost harmless. The malice they carried was anything but. The 3 servants would have done anything for their mother. Now, They would destroy even themselves if that was what her wishes demanded. Their forms completed their transformation. Kakeashi became a monstrous fusion of lion and dragon, its enormous body covered in dragon scales. 8 sections formed its viper-like tail, twisting independently through the darkness. Eyes covered its body, leaving no blind spot. From countless small protrusions, viscous fluid seeped outward and became a poisonous mist. Even a demon lord-class being would face death by merely coming into contact with Kakeashi's aura. Habataki was no less unnatural. The elegant demonic bird possessed 2 heads and a hermaphroditic form, its silhouette resembling an eagle crowned with a peacock's tail. Every feather was forged from Hierokane, the ultimate metal. Golden light shimmered across a body that appeared less like flesh and more like some magnificent mechanical construct. Then there was Swim, the strangest of the 3. Its beauty was almost mysterious. A squid-like body tapered into a pointed form, while a rounded torso occupied its center without a head. Numerous tentacles emerged from it, each composed of countless tiny interconnected joints that allowed them to bend and move with unnatural freedom. Small monstrous creatures covered in biosteel, arionium, clung to its body like parasites. None possessed symmetry. None followed the rules of living creatures. That was precisely what made them terrifying, and their influence spread. The cryptids beneath each servant inherited their parents' characteristics, becoming more ferocious than creatures naturally formed from magical energy. The effects of Ivaragé's evolution and naming multiplied through the entire race. Countless fantasy creatures became stained with malice. Veteran higher-ups possessed power that surpassed even the disaster class, and their numbers exceeded 100. Beneath them stretched tens of thousands more. An army had been born, an army centered around the world destruction dragon. The army of an evil god heralding the end of the world. Ivaragé smiled. Fun, it's so much fun. Now, let's go play. Her smile remained on her face. Her eyes did not smile. They remained fixed upon the heavenly star palace. Then she moved. There was no sound. The gate leading to the base world should have been sealed. No one could pass without a key. Yet now it stood open, and Degrelle, its gatekeeper, was nowhere to be found. Something else had already broken through. A tremendous force had traveled through the gate and struck the heavenly tower from within. Milim's Dragon Nova. The impact had devastated the tower. Floors had been shattered open, ceilings torn apart, and passages exposed. For the cryptid army, there was nothing left to obstruct their advance. Kiaha! How exciting! Ivaragé crossed the threshold. The army of hell followed. No one stood in their way. Then her golden eyes widened. She had found them. Found them! Scattered throughout the Prime World were the fragments of those once connected to the Star King Dragon, Veldanava. Ivaragé recognized them. Her lips curled. Those were the beings Veldanava had loved, and hatred flooded through her once more. She would destroy everything he had created. She would swallow every world, every life, every remnant connected to him, until nothing remained, until the lost half of herself returned, until she became whole again.